Let's take these kids' movies and turn them into horror creations, starting with Buffalo Kids. So first, I removed all the text. Then I tried to darken the whole image using a midnight style color look, but the background was so bright it still felt like daytime. Probably because that huge light source in the back, but who am I, eh? So instead, I separated everything from the background and made a mask around the buildings and the foreground so I could isolate the sky. Then I brought in a new sky which was dark and cloudy, so it actually felt like night. I duplicated the sky layer too, because I wanted the bottom to stay a little lighter and the top to be much darker. After that, I started color correcting the characters so they matched the new lighting. Once that was done, I added a shadow for the group in the middle. The light is coming from behind them, so the shadow needed to fall toward the camera. I turned the group into a silhouette and used that to create the shadow on the ground. Then I added some haze over the buildings and mountains in the background because they still felt too sharp. After that, I brought in an image of a demon because I needed its tail. I used puppet warp on the tail to give it the shape I wanted, and since the light is coming from the front, I darkened the tail first. Then I erased the edges to bring back some rim light. Next, I cut out the demon's leg and blended it into the boot. Then I replaced the rope he was holding with a scythe, and this part took a lot of clone stamping. I placed the scythe first to get the position right. Then I removed the original object and rebuilt the hand around it. After that, I adjusted the scythe's perspective, darkened it, and added highlights. Then I used the demon's hand and placed it on the opposite side because this character is going to be half human and half demon. I rotated the arm to match and roughened the mask edges so it didn't look flat. Then I added a head because this demon likes bowling. I used puppet warp to make the fingers wrap around it properly and made the neck look rougher. After that, I shaded the head to match the scene and added contact shadows where the hand touches it. I also made the eye brighter so it was easier to read. It was kind of more of like a artistic choice. Then I added blood coming from the neck of the head. On the other side, I added blood on the scythe and warped some of it so it sticks to the leg. After that, I went back to the people in the middle. They still looked too happy, so I tried using generative fill, and oh my god, graphic designers should not be afraid to lose their jobs. Just look at this. So I erased it and fixed the face manually. I erased the eyes and made my own irises so it looks like his eyes are rolling back. After this, I added more shading and highlights, and that was it. So here is Buffalo Kids as a horror poster. But we still have one more poster to make, so let's move on to the next movie. Like this video if you don't want a demon to show up in your room tonight. Thank you! The next poster is Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs. So first, I removed all the text and all the meatballs falling from the sky. The idea was to replace them with knives. I brought in an image of knives falling and masked out one clean knife. Then I masked out another one that already had motion blur, which worked better for the background. After that, I started placing knives all over the scene. Once that was done, I started working on the title. I thought about changing it to Cloudy with a Chance of Knives. I wrote out knives and pushed it into perspective so it matched the original title. At first I thought it was finished, so I removed balls. Holy moly, could this sound any worse? And then I noticed it still said meat, so that had to go too. My god, apparently it can sound worse. Once the title worked, I separated the characters from the background. Then I added a knife going through the woman's hand. And as we all know, when that happens, we leak spaghetti sauce. So I added the sauce to the hand and the knife, and then I added shadows so it looked like the knife was actually inside the hand. Then I erased parts of it so the skin could still show through. After that, I added shading under the knives on the ground and a bit under the characters. I tried using generative fill to change their expressions, and that again did not work. So again, I fixed the faces manually. Then I replaced the woman's mouth and adjusted her eyes so she is looking at the knife in her hand. Then I fixed the person next to her because he looked too calm. It's funny how I never know the names of these people. I gave the knife some motion by duplicating it and lowering the opacity in steps. After that, I worked on the sauce on the ground, so I removed the spaghetti and added a puddle of sauce. Then I added the same sauce around their feet, and since there isn't much of a story to the sauce on the ground, I made sure that it made sense, so I added another character. Well, just his leg. I matched the sauce, added shadows, and warped it so it folded around his leg properly. Then I removed the spaghetti from the umbrella and added a blur trail on the ground like he had been dragged across the road. And finally, I brought everything into a camera raw filter to finish it off. So here is Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs as a horror poster. If you want me to do another one, let me know which kids movies I should do next. I appreciate you for watching, and if you want, you can watch this one next.